welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hi. My name is Linda Daniele, and I am here in my kitchen. I am showing you my book, Grandpa Nick's Bump, and it's so strange because I'm looking at myself, but I'm broadcasting to you. So it is kind of something that I have to get used to doing. But I'm happy to be part of Reader's Magnet Festival of Storytellers. This is just so exciting to me. I had the privilege of being on, thanks, Clive. I had the privilege of being on the first Storytellers Festival, and I really, really wanted to be on this one as well, because this is so much fun. And I've gotten a chance to meet some of the other authors, and I've learned a lot from them in this process. This is self-publishing, and so we learn as we go. And like I say, I've learned an awful lot from the other authors and from the folks I work with at Reader's Magnet as well. So I want to thank Reader's Magnet for having this forum for authors that are just starting out, that's kind of where I am. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to write, and I'm enjoying every minute of this. So I have two books here. I have Grandpa Nick's Bump, and then I also have one that is only a month old, and it's Grandpa Nick the Conductor. And what I'm trying to do is to write a little series about my husband's adventures. This would be the trolley adventures, and this was the Grandpa Nick's Bump is a story about the four little children across the street. Hi, Leah. The four little children across the street who came over one day. We used to babysit for them all the time. And they came over to our house one day while Nick was working on the car, the four of them holding hands together across the street. And they asked Nick to be their grandfather. And they realized that they didn't have a grandfather that was living. So we were able to be kind of surrogate grandparents for them. And in this story, he's happy to be grandpa. He loves being Grandpa Nick. But then, unfortunately, he had meningioma. And about 4 months later, he passed away after the kids had asked him to be their grandfather. So they got a grandfather. They got to play with him. and then they lost him all in the course of about 4 months. So this is that story. I did this book with Christian Faith Publishing, and they were wonderful to work with. And the children did the artwork. They actually did the artwork. I gave them blank papers. I gave them the story. And they did the artwork, and I sent that to Christian Faith Publishing, and they did the illustrations from the children's artwork. So this isn't the children's artwork, but it's drawn from the children's artwork. Okay. And this happened when the children were very, very little. I can show you their picture here with my husband, Grandpa Nick, if I can get the picture there right. And if you can see that or not. Okay. And you can see how little they are. All right. And now the oldest one actually just started college. That's mind-boggling to me. Actually started college, and the youngest one is a freshman in high school. So they're little steps, but now they're bigger steps, and they still live across the street, so I see them all the time. Okay, and then this other book is loosely based on truth. It's loosely based on truth. My husband was a trolley operator, and my son is also a trolley operator. And this is kind of a made-up story about him being a trolley operator, but the fact that he was one is where that started from. So this is fiction, but this one back here is a true story. That's a true story. So in the trolley operator one, Grandpa Nick, the conductor, I've also dedicated this little book, and I'll read you the dedication for it, okay? I dedicate this little book to the strength of gentleness and the goodness of compassion. The strength of gentleness and the goodness of compassion. I think in our society today, in the world, we don't really look at gentleness being a strength. Sometimes people look at that and they think of it as a weakness to be gentle, but it's really a powerhouse of strength to be gentle. And the goodness of compassion. You know, we're all called, I believe, to be compassionate to others and to help others wherever we find the need, wherever people really need help. So that's what this is dedicated to. And in both of these books, I had a little idea about explaining to children that the Holy Spirit is always with us no matter what we do. Okay. So in the books, both of them, there's a little dove here, and that represents the Holy Spirit. And part of what they're supposed to do, the children, when they read it, is they're supposed to find the little dove in the book. And some pages have the Holy Spirit dove, and some pages don't. And that just kind of teaches a little bit that even when we don't think that God is with us, the Holy Spirit, God is always with us. Even if we're having a really hard day, we may not be able to see him, but we know that he's there. Okay, so that's just a little lesson that children can take away from it. And there's a surprise in the conductor book. Okay, so I wanted to just tell you there's a surprise. So I can't read the whole thing to you, but I do have something after this that's a little bit different than last night's presentation. So this is my husband and I, and this was our 25th wedding anniversary. Let's see if I can, there we go. We'd gone to a concert. And so that was really fun. And so I can read you part of this, and it takes place in a really dirty trolley barn. Okay. And what I did for the artwork with this one is I can't draw. So I drew my little stick figures and my box cars, and I sent it to Reader's Magnet, and they're wonderful artists. Oh my goodness, they're great. They did exactly what I asked them to do. But what was really fun is they put the words in like the old silent movie the little screen for the old silent movies. And they came up with that. I didn't do that. I just love the way they did that. And if I can get this right so you can see it. Wrong side. There's the Holy Spirit. So I'm just going to read you a little. I can't read the whole thing because there's a surprise and I don't want to give it away. Okay. It was a very cold day when Grandpa Nick arrived with his 14-year-old son, Anthony. Anthony asked, "Dad, how do we get her out of the barn? The doors are frozen." Let's see. We can pull them a little. See if we can pull them a little, Grandpa Nick said. Pulling as hard as they could, the doors popped open to a black, greasy, oily smelling, and totally grungy trolley barn. So there's the trolley. There you go. See if I can get the page turned here. Whoops. Okay. And there's a little trolley in there. Whoops. Okay. Grandpa Nick, using his trusty flashlight, made his way to the back of the barn. In the corner, his flashlight caught sight of a green and gold shiny surface. There were gold letters with black trim saying, "Pearl Mountain number 3. "There's the pearl," Grandpa Nick exclaimed. Anthony found the light switch and turned on the barn lights. He heard scurrying in the corner that startled him a little. Mice, he thought, and went to help Grandpa Nick. So there's the Pearl Mountain number 3, and there's the little dove in the window. Grandpa Nick found the large bronze trolley key and hung it in the corner over the brake wheel. "Let's not lose that key," Grandpa Nick mumbled to himself. Again, Anthony heard a scurry in the corner. "That sounds like an awful big mouse to me. Dad, what do you think that was?" "I don't know. Maybe a rat or something," said Grandpa Nick. "Can you hand me that wrench over there?" "Sure, Dad," answered Anthony. There was a whining cry, and Grandpa Nick put down his wrench and said, "Okay, that's it. Where and what are you?" They both whipped out their flashlights, and the search began. "Don't trip on the rails, Dad," shouted Anthony. Grandpa Nick had big work boots on, and he tended to be a bit klutzy, which that is true. But I can't tell you any more than that, okay? But at the very end of the book, I can show you, here's some pictures of Grandpa Nick. Oops, I can't get this. I never get this right. Grandpa Nick and Anthony, and that's just a little water mark that was on the photograph when I turned it into Reader's Magnet. And then over here is a picture of, I am backwards here. There we go, of Anthony, myself, and my husband. And they have their trolley uniforms on, so they're all excited. But what I can do here is the trolley whistle song, okay? And it just talks about in trolley whistle language, okay? So if you do, in trolley whistle language, if you do one whistle means to stop. 2 whistles means to go. Many short whistles mean danger. And then I just said, get your trolley whistle, recorder, trumpet, tambourine, and instruments ready. This is great for little kids. 4 for 4 beats. Play your instruments on the whistle, refrain, and rap. I'm not a very good rapper, but I'll try it for you, okay? I am the conductor and we're going on a trip. I am the conductor and we're going on a trip. Do, do. Let's keep going on this beautiful day. The sun is shining and we're on our way. Do, do. It's time to stop and let folks off. Do. Let's get going again. Let's get going. Do, do. Oh no, there's a bear on the tracks. Danger. Do, 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 do. He's okay. He's moving off the tracks. Do, do. We're going back to the station. Do, do. It's time to stop the trolley at our destination. Do. Hope you had a time that's jolly, riding with me on the heavenly trolley. Do, do. Ta-da. So that's just a little trolley whistle song at the end. And I always love my rainbows. Okay. And with that idea of the trolley, I wanted to show you something kind of like a little show and tell. Remember that on Fridays in school? A little show and tell. And what I have here is, whoops, let me go this way, is a trolley punch. And I don't know how many people know the significance of this, but each conductor has their own trolley punch, and they have their own little trolley. It would punch out their own little ID. It's kind of like a logo for the person, or identification for the conductor. So when they would punch the ticket, so pretend this is a ticket, right? They would punch that, and it would be their little punch. So if there was a problem with the ticket, they knew who punched the ticket, because every trolley punch is different, and it's assigned to the trolley conductor. So I thought that would be kind of something that you might, I don't know if you know that, maybe you do, but that was something I always thought was really interesting. And this is very, very old. Okay. This is very, very old. It's like a hole punch, but like I say, every punch that it does is different and is assigned to the conductor. So that's kind of really an interesting thing. And they use these for many years. I actually don't know if they're still using them today or not. I know they do at our local museum that we have here. But I don't know if they still do tickets, or if people just, pay their ticket and they have the ticket on their phones. I don't know how they do that today. But I thought that would be something, a little trolley trivia for you. Okay. If anybody has anything that they would like to, any questions, or would like to type in the chat, please do. And I'll try to answer any questions, or if you have any comments or suggestions, that would be really good. One of the things I think is that these books would be really, really good Christmas presents for children. This one, there's only the one sad page in it, because Grandpa Nick does pass away, but it does teach children that you're going to be okay no matter what. And when I gave this book to our local library, they put it in bibliotherapy. They didn't put it out on the regular stacks for the children to get. So they put it where the parents would be able to read to their children, rather than out for the kids to pick. But this would make a great present, and certainly the conductor would make a great Christmas present. So if you'd like to do that, that would be good. That would be good. Let's see here. All right. Any questions? Anything that you like the rap? Thanks, Frank. I'm glad. I'm not a rapper, but I can write it, because I can write the poetry a little bit, and I love music. That was a million years ago. That was my major in school. So that's it was a fun thing to do, to be able to write that little trolley song. And maybe that might be something that kids could kind of learn a little bit and play around with that. And they can pretend that the bear is coming, So what I can also do, I only have about 10 minutes left or so. All right. So I can do a little bit of Grandpa Nick's Bump, I think, in that amount of time as well. And again, if you have, let's see, is a lot of loving creativity made your imagination come true. Oh, thank you. That's really nice. There's another gentleman here that has a book out. I've gotten to know the authors, and he says, I can do what I will. And I think that comes along with the imagination. You know what I mean? If you can think it, like, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I think that's really kind of important for all of us to do, you know. And then somebody says here, oh, I think I saw you at the previous festival. Is this a new book? Yes. The Conductor is my new book that it's only been out like a month. It's brand new. Hot off the press, as they say. So and this one is loosely based on truth. It's mostly made up. We do still use trolley punches here in riding local buses. Okay, so I would assume Frank is saying that they do wherever he lives. Whose artworks are those at the back on the back? Whose artworks are those on the back? I don't know what the back refers to, but Reader's Magnet did the artwork on the Conductor, and Christian Faith Publishing did the artwork on Grandpa Nick's Bump. And but getting back to Frank's comment on we do still use trolley punches here, I would assume then that each trolley operator has their own signature. Like a logo, I guess, today, or a way to identify the conductor. I bet that they still have that. Okay, so with any other questions on that? Okay, feel free to type away. And again, the children did the artwork for this, but I sent the artwork to Christian Faith Publishing on this one, and they took the artwork and they used it as their basis. On my left side, you mean this one? This is Reader's Magnet. That's a big poster. Oh, this one, my granddaughter. That's my granddaughter's watercolor. She's my little artiste. Everything is a canvas. Walls, windows, televisions, everything is a canvas. If it's a blank space, she's going to color it. Okay, so thank you for asking. Thank you for asking that one. So here is Grandpa Nick, and there's Joseph. He's going in the trash can. It's a clean trash can. All right. And this is true. He really did do that. Joseph was upside down over the trash can with Grandpa Nick holding him by his feet. Do you want to go in? Grandpa said. No, squealed gentle Joseph. Sure enough, in he went, laughing and wiggling all around. He wiggled so much that the trash can fell over, and out he came with a, "Do it again, Grandpa!" jump for joy. So there he is. And there's the dove there. Over here, the dove is by the tree. Yes, Frank. Okay, Grandpa Nick was a fix-it-Nick. He fixed all the broken knickknacks and gobbledygooks around. Sean's pedal needed fixing on his tricycle, and when it got fixed, it was a Nick's best fix. I will send my regards. So he's fixing that tricycle. Margaret was a quiet one with watching eyes. She watched as Grandpa Nick drew his hearts, trains, and bridges with her. After that was done, he put her in a tree and followed that with, "Come and get me," and a hee. Watching Margaret climb down and ran around that tree, and Grandpa Nick caught her and tickled her with glee. She even has sparkly shoes. The oldest one was Emma, who was ladylike and prim. During breakfast, she would complain that milk was filled up to the brim. So Grandpa Nick would get a cloth and mop up table spills, with Sean on the other side using markers on the sills. And there's the little dove in the window. And there's also a dove on the artwork that's on the wall. Emma, the listener, loved stories and poked her head up to hear them. She fell off the couch laughing, and then she would repeat them. This way, this way. And then the questions. What a loony time Grandpa Nick would sure provide, until one day they noticed there was a head bump on the side. Aside his head, a little bump that wasn't there before, over time began to grow too big. And what was it growing for? So they make all sorts of little cards for him. The gift of the children was to grow Grandpa Nick's grins so he could smile at the side bump. So silly games and laughter were their presents of the day, and Grandpa Nick would smile and take them out to play. No complaining would he do about that side bump there, but the children noticed Grandpa Nick saying a little prayer. Keep my children happy, Lord, wherever they may go, and I will wake from time to time and play out in the snow. He took the bus to Boston to get the bump removed. He was gone a long time, and people said, he's doing well. And they were happy because they thought he was becoming well. Uh-oh, there's the sad page. Everybody has a sad page in their life from time to time. My dog is going to start barking. Okay, just to let you know. If you hear a dog barking, that's what it is. And here's Mom and Dad with the school bus. One day, as the children got off the school bus, their Mom and Dad were there to greet them with sad faces through and through. They told Joseph, Sean, Margaret, and Emma that Grandpa Nick had died. They told him he was happy with Jesus at his side. They cried when they had heard it, and that's okay to cry. We'll miss him very much, their parents did reply. Ooh. Look at that. In heaven, there's a mansion for everyone, Jesus said. And Grandpa Nick's was a big rainbow castle, Sonny Sean had said. They all sat down to draw every rainbow they could draw with a Grandpa Nick and me card that was precious and inspired. And then you have Jesus, you have Grandpa Nick, and you have God the Father, and they're all smiling. So even though that day was hard and everyone was sad, we know that Grandpa Nick is with Jesus and his dad. No tears or sadness are allowed in heaven, don't you see? As Grandpa Nick tastes snowflakes and giggles and hee-hees. And there's Joseph coming out of the trash can. And there's no dove on this side because God the Father is holding the dove. If I can get this right here. Whoops, right here. And this other little page is just a picture of me and my dog Molly. Okay, who did pretty good actually. She didn't bark. I thought she was going to. So that takes care of the story of Grandpa Nick's bump. And it helped me to write it. It really did help me. I was having a really hard time. I did this in 2015, and Nick's been gone now for 10 years. He's been gone for 10 years. So, it has been hard, but it helps to write. So if anybody listening has anything that they're dealing with that is, they're having a hard time with, get a piece of paper and a pencil and see if you can write your thoughts down. It really, really does help. And Reader's Magnet is phenomenal at helping beginning authors like myself to be able to get the word out there, get their story out there. They share they share your story with the world. That's kind of their theme that they have, and it's really, really good. Does anybody else have any chat that they would like to type in, or anything, questions or suggestions? I'll just wait a couple of minutes. That's pretty much what I wanted to accomplish for tonight, and I did want to talk about the trolley punch, because I think that's kind of cool, and then this is really very, very old. So if you have any questions, my next little booth, open booth, live booth, will be on Friday the 12th, and from 11 o'clock to noon, I'm able to be author of the hour. So again, it's this Friday. I'm not going to be here tomorrow on Veterans Day, but I will be here from 11 to noon on the 12th for Author of the Hour. And I'm going to try after that to have the children and the story of Grandpa Nick's Bump to come like one at a time, and maybe toward the end on the 20th or the 21st, I'll try to have all 4 of them here. So that would be kind of fun. You get a chance to meet them. And so I just want to thank everybody for listening, and please spread the word. Again, this would be great Christmas presents for people if they would like to do that. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday the 12th from 11 o'clock to noon. And so have a good evening, and love you all, and just have a fun day. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.